we face a very serious problem, that problem being the forgotten families of the United States. The United States are those kids who are currently in the foster care system. The reason this should matter to all of us is we all understand how difficult our teen and adolescent years can be. It is important for these kids to have a support system. So it should be our duty to try and help provide these kids with one, like many of us had growing up as kids. It's important for you all to know before we get into details here that I do know what I'm talking about, because I was once a child of the adoption services. Going through the process, I know what it's like. I know how painful, how long and difficult the entire system is. As well as that, I've done countless of hours of research throughout this entire semester for this speech and my first speech as well. So, if you're still wondering whether or not that this is a problem with the current way adoption is being done, let me share with you some statistics from Christina Loyne's book she wrote in 2016 called Child Welfare. In this book, she details 3 main statistics that I find very, very surprising. The first one being that there is currently 433,000 kids in foster homes across the United States. This isn't global, this is the United States alone. The number 433,000 is the equivalent to 15 times that of the total undergrads here at Iowa State today. The next statistic I found was the fact that 50% of people in America said they'd be willing to adopt, but only 2% of that 50% ever actually looked into adopting kids, with the main reason being that the entire process is far too expensive, costing upwards of $10,000 to $20,000, which I will touch on later. The last statistic, and the most sad to me, was once you initially make your request for an adoption, it can take upwards of 3 years on average to finally see your child. So with that being said, hopefully catching your attention as well, I believe the best solution here would be to have the federal government subsidize families $5,000 over 5 years as long as they're in good standing with the DHS by 2024. A counter-argument to this claim would be something like what Veronica Davis said in her 2017 article, Adoption, when she said it's a humanity issue, not a money issue. While I understand her logic here, I disagree with it on the simple fact that it's on average that 70% of kids that are adopted are less likely to depend on government and federal aid, which in turn would save the taxpayers' money. And this is according to Roy Muhammad and Mary Thompson's piece they did in 2014. Another argument that I've commonly heard brought up against my ideals is the fact that there's currently a problem with kids being adopted and neglected and used for federal aid. So what good would be giving them more money do, and would that not incentivize people to adopt children for negative or harmful reasons? Well, what I would say to that is the fact that why is drawn out over a 5-year span to prevent that? And especially if you're not in good standings with the DHS, then you would not receive any money, thus defeating the purpose, because if you are willing to adopt a kid and care for them for 5 years, I highly doubt that you can stop caring for them after those 5 years. So in conclusion, I believe that the 5x5 rule benefits far outweigh the negative as far as its goal of increasing adoption rates will be, and help create families for these forgotten children, especially as far as covering the expenses for many of these people that just cannot simply afford to adopt a child but want one. Because I think we all agree here, it is best to make people have homes as opposed to living on the streets. Now, one last thing I'd like to do is for you guys to go to my last slide in my presentation. On this last slide, you will see a QR code. If you scan the QR code, it will send you to change.org, and it will ask you to sign a petition for an idea of a law that's similar to the one I just suggested to you. If you go to this website and sign this petition, I promise you are making a difference for a child out there, much like I was, and much like many of other students here at Iowa State, or maybe some of your friends or people that you know. Thank you for your time.